Ellie, do you want to go beep beep? No, not that beep beep. Do you want to go on Daddy's beep beep? Ellie, can you say car?
Cool.
Can you say gnome?
Mama.
Can you say hi Santa?
Hi, Santa.
All right, you want to go in Daddy's car?
Yeah.
No, you want to go in this little car? Ellie, it's too cold, babe. I didn't put a jacket on you. We're gonna go to Walmart. Can you say walrus?
Orange.
Can you say pizza? Can you say hi, Daddy?
Hi, Daddy.
Okay, you're starting to shiver, babe. We gotta get you in the car.
Cool.
Well, my friends, it has been a while. You know what? I'm just now noticing there's a speaker right there. In this car, okay, we have one speaker right there. We have tweeters, that's 3. We have woofers down there, so that's 4 and 5. And then in the back, look at that, there's a speaker right there. I'm just now noticing that. I mean, it's probably because I've never ridden in the back of my car before. Is there a tweeter on the door? Yeah, there is. So that's how many are in the back. Wait, are there any in the rear doors or are they up there? That's pretty cool, man. Oh, come on. Is this still not working? I'm gonna have to like reset my car. I'm gonna have to do a hard reset. I drove this car maybe 4 or 5 days ago and it worked in the morning, and then when I came home from work, it did this crap. Oh, are we getting something? Have any of you guys dealt with this before? Oh, that's kind of annoying. Because I can't even see my climate controls. Oh! Oh yeah! I think we're back, boys. Damn, I thought my head unit died for good. Let me plug my phone in, see if it still works. So this is going to be a very busy month. We are moving on Saturday, February 1st. Like, the movers are coming to pick up our stuff on Wednesday, the 29th. And I still don't know which car I want to drive. Now we're gonna get into debate territory. And I'm sure the comments are gonna be equally divided across the 2 spectrums. So, miles. Let me see how many miles I have on this car. And, you know, let me start off by saying, I don't ever plan on selling this car. I love this car. This is my favorite car I've ever had. My second favorite car was my first vehicle, my Pontiac Bonneville, but you guys have heard me talk about that ad nauseum. How do I not know how to change the, go ahead. How do I change the trip? Oh, okay. I have 45,960 miles. It's gonna be a 3,000 mile plus trip, okay? The Type R is a great road trip car. It's stable, it's got great tires. I mean, it's got the power, it's got the hatch, so it has a little more space. And on my road trips, I get like 32 miles per gallon. I mean, I don't really care about gas mileage, but I get like 32 miles per gallon, 33, something like that. But I just don't know if I want to put any more road trip miles on this car, you know? But also, the 8th gen, like, I don't know, man. I'm one of those guys that I do care about mileage, okay? I drive my car. I've driven my car plenty. You guys have seen me do it. I've had this thing on the drag strip. I've had a lot of fun with this car. But I think I would rather save the miles for just running around town. And I understand highway miles are different from city miles, but when you sell it, I will never sell this car. It's just, I don't know how to explain myself. But anyway, I'll be almost at 50,000 miles if I take this on the road trip. And the same thing with the 8th gen. I think I have 46,000 miles and some change on the 8th gen already, because I use that as a commuter. And I'm never gonna live, you know, close to base, because right outside base is at Beale especially is kind of yucky. So I'm gonna have another 31-mile commute each way when we move back to California. So I'm gonna rack up miles, and it's just hard. It's hard to see with my commute. It's just so hard to like look at the odometer and see how quickly the miles stack up. It makes me slightly uncomfortable, but I enjoy every one of those miles. So I don't know, guys. I mean, the difference in cargo space is, it's pretty small in my opinion, from the 8th gen to the Type R. The Type R you can fit more awkward objects in because when you put the seats down, you know, it being a hatchback. But we have something very, very good coming, probably by the end of next week. And I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about the cargo space in my vehicle. So I will let you guys ponder that for a little bit, but something that's long overdue. Hey Ellie. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, no? B, I, N, G, O, B, I, N, G. Ellie, can you say down by the bay? Boys, I gotta be completely honest with you. You know, as I grow older, I'll be 30 this year, my family grows, my priorities change, and I notice that they change very quickly. You know, I'd still, I don't know how to say this. I got serious about investing in 2024, in like February 2024, and now I'm getting really serious into investing. Vivian must have had a good mentor that she doesn't even remember having like 9 years ago or 10 years ago when she started at Starbucks, but she is doing phenomenally. So she just needs to keep doing what she's doing. But you know what I kind of want to do? I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I kind of just want to say, screw it. And sell the 8th gen. I know this is crazy because I just made a video bashing all these comments that were implying that I was unsure about keeping the car. I get it. I'm going to sound like a hypocrite. At that time, I did not feel this way. This is like the past like 2-3 weeks sort of development. So that's why I'm going to sit on it. I kind of want to sell the 8th gen and put, let's say I sell it for 14 grand. Put that $14,000 into a Vanguard S&P 500, you know, VOO index fund, and you know, continue contributing to that outside of my 401k that I do at work, obviously, but just continue contributing to the Vanguard account, and then maybe in, you know, 12, 13, 14 years, we can cash that out and build a house or buy a nice house, whatever, something like that. I kind of want to do that, and then just get the car that I've always wanted. And you guys know what I've always wanted. I have always wanted, since 2011, I've wanted a silver 2000 to 2003 Pontiac Bonneville SSEI. That's just what I want, guys. You know, I like the cars that I have. I love the cars that I have, especially the Type R. The 8th gen is a super fun car. But no matter what I've had over the past over 5 years that I've been doing this YouTube channel, C5 Corvette, 10th gen Civic Si, 2 different 9th gen Civic Si's, a 97 Mustang Cobra, a 22 BRZ, the 98 Lexus ES300, and the Type R, and now the 8th gen. Holy shit, is that 8 cars? I think I've had 8 cars since I started my YouTube channel. No matter what I've had, I can't stop thinking about getting a Pontiac Bonneville. And the longer I wait, the harder it is to get them. And it's just the car that I want. I'm sure some of you guys watching, some of you girls watching, you have a car that you would like to get. Maybe it's like a 1988 FC RX-7. Okay, it's a piece of crap. It's a piece of crap by today's standards. but it's cool. I don't know, I'm just using that as a random example. I'm sure some of you have these weird cars that you would like, or maybe your grandparents had a car, or your parents had a car that you rode in as a kid, and you're nostalgic about it. I am uncontrollably nostalgic and sentimental about my first car. I have so many memories of riding in that car with my grandparents, like driving through downtown New York City with a car full of people as like I was probably a 12-year-old kid. And the Garmin, my grandfather's Garmin was acting up or whatever, and it took us through rough parts of New York City. And he's like squealing the tires at stoplights and stuff. And another time I have a memory of, I think we were driving down to Connecticut to see my uncle for the week after Christmas, and we went through a huge snowstorm. And I don't know why, but we had left kind of late in the day. So I remember going very, very slow on the highway, and it's just a massive blizzard in this Pontiac Bonneville. I'm sitting in the back. I'm a kid. I remember waking up, and we're at a hotel, and it's just, I have so many memories. One time, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, and I don't know why I did that. But I was sitting in the back seat of the Bonneville. My grandmother used to come pick me up and take me to school. She was a teacher there. She taught 6th grade at the middle school. So, basically my whole entire time at middle school, it was just cool because I was Ruth's grandson, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I had a knife. I don't know where I had a knife from. It was like a kitchen knife. And I stabbed the rear seats. Like the rear seat. I was sitting back there, and I just started like carving out parts of the seat. And so I had like a bunch of stab wounds in the back seat. And then I remember my grandparents, I was at their house, and they were like, "Why would you do that?" And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know. So, and then, joke's on me, because when my grandmother gave me that car, she bought a 2011 Toyota Camry SE a couple weeks after I got my license. She gave that car to me. So I had it for the last couple weeks of sophomore year, and I did not obey the law where like you have to wait 6 months before you can drive anyone else in the car. No. I had my friends up in there immediately, and it had a bench seat. So that Bonneville, it had a bench seat. My car, I would have that Bonneville loaded up with 5 of my friends, like ripping across town. I remember, do you guys remember Kenny? Kenny, my best friend Kenny? He hasn't been in my videos in years because he, still lives in California. And unfortunately, I think he's gonna go to Germany for a couple of years, right before we get back together. So I don't think we're gonna be able to see Kenny, unfortunately. Anyway, I remember, immediately after I got my Bonneville, I went over to Kenny's house one night to show him, and I took him for a ride, got him in my car, and I was ripping around town. And I mean, there's no one on the streets at 9 p.m. in Caribou, Maine, but I was ripping through the streets, and Kenny was getting scared. I was making him nervous and uncomfortable. And he's like, "Dude, stop. You need to stop." And I just kept flooring the car and squealing the tires. And I brought him back home, and he's like, "Dude, don't do that again." So, and now Kenny is a car enthusiast, and he has a 2023 GR86. But anyway, I could go on and on. I have a dozen more stories and memories with that car. There was someone else, this guy named Aaron, who I went to school with, and his mom had a silver SLE. Now the SLE looks like this, so it looks exactly like the SSEI, it just without the supercharger. I remember constantly bugging him about buying that car off of his mom. I just became obsessed. And in 2011, you could get an there were plentiful SSEIs for sale. and GXPs, and, all that sort of stuff. But so much time has passed, and time is not kind to machinery. Time is not kind to many things. Time is kind to your 401k, but not so much a vehicle. So these things are rare, and every time I see one pop up on Cars and Bids and Bring a Trailer, I just can't stop. I'm obsessed, and I watch that auction like a hawk, and I just come so close to making a rash decision. Well, what most people would consider a rash decision, but in my mind, it would be getting my dream car. And I know it sounds absolutely hilarious to say that a 21 to 24-year-old Pontiac is my dream car, but it is. And literally nothing is going to change that. It's been ever since my Bonneville got totaled by that drunk driver when I was driving into work at Big Cheese Pizza in early October 2011. I'd only had the car for 5 months. Dude, that devastated me. I was so in love with that car. I was so proud of it. I loved it. Ever since then, I have just wanted one. I go through maybe 2 or 3 cycles a year where I'll hop on Auto Tempest and I will look for every single Pontiac, Bonneville, SSEI, or GXP that's for sale. And now let me explain the GXP thing. The GXP thing, that has the 4.6 liter Northstar V8, which that comes with its fair set of problems. Not a lot of people respect that V8. The Pontiac Grand Prix GXP received the, I think it's called the LS4. It's a 5.3 liter V8, which was much more reliable. That was a much better engine. There is certain preventative maintenance you can do to the 4.6 liter Northstar to make it, a solid and reliable engine. But anyway, the reason that I would get one of those is after I received the insurance check for my total Bonneville. Dude, they had 136,000 miles. This is 2011. That car, if I was going to sell it private sale, no one would have given me over $3,000 for that. But when you get your car totaled by a drunk driver who blew a .24, he blew a .24, guys. When that happens, that person's insurance company is going to pay you top dollar for your car. So I think I got like $6,200. And here I am, a 16-year-old kid. I'm working 20 hours a week at a pizza place, and I just received a check for $6,200. I wanted another Bonneville. So my grandfather, my late grandfather, he's my favorite person in the world. He brought me across town to Limestone, Maine, to a used car dealership, and we test drove a 2004, it was a gray 2004 Pontiac Bonneville GXP. I think it had about 80,000 miles on the clock. So this is probably late November, early December 2011. I think it was for sale for almost $9,000. And we didn't even try to negotiate. My grandfather didn't think that it was a good price. And I'm 16 years old, so I just, whatever you say. Another factor as why I didn't buy that car was because gas at the time was like $4.20 a gallon, and here I am making $7.50 per hour. So anyway, I never got that, but I will never forget my grandfather and I were standing outside the car, in the back of the car, and the salesman went and started it up for us. And those cars come with a really good exhaust note from the factory. I think they come with Borla mufflers from the factory or something like that. And he started it up, and my grandfather had a huge smile. I look over at him, and he's like, "Oh, that sounds good." And I had a huge smile on my face. We got in. The salesman didn't come with us, so it was just my grandfather and I. I was driving, and after I let the car warm up, I floored it. It felt good. I just loved it. I love the interior. Just, it's a comfortable car. I think at this point, most of you guys are not watching anymore. It's probably only 10%. It's probably only 10% retention rate at this point in the video. But anyway, I will never be able to relax until I have my Bonneville. And you know when you really, really want something, when it's been 14 years since mine got totaled, and I still want one. It's been 13 years. You know, I can't think of many other things that I feel the same about after 13 years. I don't know. Can you say applesauce? Can you say A, B, C, D? No? Why not? Are you shy? Can you say cookie? No, can you say cracker? Can you say fish?
Fish.
You are so freaking smart, babe. She speaks so well. Like her language development is incredible for her age. She's an incredibly smart little baby. Probably all that breastfeeding that mom did. She doesn't get her smarts from me, I'll tell you that. Also, I don't know where she gets her, walking with her hands behind her back like that. Basically, I mean, the whole point of this video was for me actually to tell you that we'll be gone Saturday, February 1st. So we have like 3.5 weeks until we move. And I don't think we'll be back in Florida. So, but who knows? Who knows where we'll end up after our time in California this time around. Ellie, can you say beep beep?
Baby.
Can you say dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
Ellie, can you say dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
Why aren't you enunciating? Can you say Elmo? Wait, why aren't you enunciating? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Ellie, say Elmo.
Elmo.
No, you can say Elmo.
Elmo.
No. Can you say... what else can you say? Look at that hair, babe. My goodness.